Welcome back to another video, you guys. Giving you an update. We are back in Thailand, our house in the background, and I am going to give you guys an update on what's going on with the land here across the street. We have some things already initiated. They should be happening here real soon. And if you're here for snakes, we got those too. I'm gonna release some snakes here in a second, but I want to show you guys kind of what's going on. We're developing this land a little further. We have plans for a wall. Gonna move the emu across the street here, across the road. So, hope you guys enjoy the video. Let's get into the updates. All right, you guys, so I'm standing in the shade of these trees. We're gonna keep these trees here because shade is important. We are going to probably do some concrete base in the front here, and eventually we're going to put some kind of structure here. We're not going to build a house. We're thinking about maybe even getting like a prefab container house or container room, or however you want to refer to it, but we'll probably put it in front of these trees. We're going to have a gate in the front, and then we're going to do a perimeter wall all the way around the entire perimeter, across the back, down the side. We have this little piece of land here that this one doesn't belong to us. We actually tried to buy it, but the owners wanted too much money for it, and we just shined it. So it's real easy for us just to put the wall around it, and they can just have their little land there. So over here, we are going to move our emu over here. So we have a depression built in here, dug in, and this is going to be their little water basin, their pond, I guess. Eventually, we're thinking about getting some capybara, and they will really enjoy this big water area right here. But we had it very slightly sloped down, and I believe we're gonna do concrete on the whole thing. And then the emu pen is going to basically include this corner and go this way, and we'll make it into some kind of rectangle that makes sense. And then we're going to have some kind of covered structure here so the animals can get out of the sun, of course. We may even like hire some people to dig up some nice trees on our other land and some of the forest, and they'll transplant trees as well. Or we can just buy trees from a company and they'll truck them in and plant them. So it should be really interesting. They're gonna have a huge run here. Our emu are already cycling and laying eggs, by the way. I think we already have half a dozen eggs in the incubator. We're going to do a utility road along the whole edge, all the way to the back to the pond, and you'll see the pond in a little bit. It is full of water. It's pretty amazing. And then we're going to have like a meandering access road, wide enough for the ATV, and obviously like a footpath that's going to kind of meander around. I want to put some kind of like small aviaries somewhere that makes sense, just so we could put like pairs of birds or pairs of mammals or just whatever we stumble across. We're not in a rush to like fill them up with animals, but living here, going by experience, animals just kind of become available. They just kind of pop up. So I don't know what I'm going to put in those. It could be reptiles, it could be birds, it could be mammals, it could be a mix of all of it. I'm not really sure. So you guys, I got to show you this water basin pond in the back. It's amazing. So for you guys that are not familiar with us, with the channel, with these videos, or with this project, we hired a construction company, and they actually took the dirt and dug it out of that back area and built up this foundation here that we were just walking across. This is because in the rainy season, if you're not higher than the road, higher than the neighbors and all that other stuff, it just becomes like a mud hole. And so this is where all that dirt came from. And then we weren't sure what we were doing with this, so we just kind of left it low-lying ground. Now, as the project develops, we realize that we need to build this area up as well, or else this will become like a marsh, like a mud hole in the rainy season. In fact, it's kind of muddy right now, actually. So we have hired the same company back. They are going to start bringing dump trucks full of dirt from some other area, and they're going to build this up so it kind of matches the whole thing. Then we also have gravel, red, like pebbly gravel, and we're going to put a layer across the entire thing because when it rains again, this can become just muddy. And so the gravel is good foundation for a multitude of different things. So it's just part of the process. So it is going to be really interesting. Again, the access road, we want to be able to go all the way to the back, but let me show you guys this pond. It's amazing. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but there is like a cutout darker square in the middle. That's where the water level was down below that earlier this year, and we were swimming in there. I think I may have put it in a video, but now of course the water has accumulated from both underground and from rain. The water level is up very, very high. It's probably like 30 feet deep in the center there. It's pretty amazing. And because the water level has come up, and this design, it goes in steps. It goes up and out, up and out, up and out. So because the water is at the top, it's like doubled in size, like the square footage is just huge. So we realized that, oh, there you go, there's tilapia right there. So there is a fish in here. It's amazing how fish just pop up. They just come out of nowhere. Nobody released any fish in here. It just, they just come out of nowhere. But anyway, we realized that if we do the original plan with the predatory fish, the predator pond, we're thinking arapaima, giant Mekong catfish, a multitude of different things. We could release a whole bunch of really giant fish with giant potential. Of course, we won't buy them already giant. We'll get them cheap, we'll get them small, and just like let them grow out. But it would be amazing, but the water quality will change a lot because, you know, all the organic material, the waste, and the uneaten food, and just all that stuff, the water will probably turn more of like that murky green brown color. So we're not sure what we want to do yet, although I think there's a really good chance that this ends up full of predator fish, because that was the original idea, and I think that would just be so cool. But pretty amazing. So we have 3 priorities, 3 goals at this point. The first one is to, like I said, build up that gap, that low-laying area with extra dirt. And then we're going to do the red gravel across the whole thing. And then the next thing after that is going to be a perimeter wall to keep people out. So this way, and down that way. And then we'll do a gate in the front, of course, so we can get in and out. And then the emu cage in the area that I already talked to you guys about. And then we're going to be moving those emu across. So those are the 3 main goals for right now. We'll have to see where we're at with our budget after that. We're not in a big rush. We're not, you know, there's no timeline. It's just that for right now, we want to knock down those 3 priorities first. And then from there, access road, and then we'll start bringing in foliage and trees and planting things and doing something like a floating gazebo thing in the middle here. I think would be really cool. Be able to like feed fish and interact with fish, or just chill in the center there, kind of give you like a feeling like we're close to the ocean or whatever. So our own like private little area. So it's really exciting. Something that came together unexpectedly. We didn't build our house across the street with any notion that we were going to end up being offered this land for sale, buying this land, developing this land, or anything, but it just so happened, and it made sense because basically what you're seeing right there is our bedroom of our house, so we can see it clearly from the second floor. So it's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to seeing what we end up doing here, because we even don't really know exactly what's going on. We're going to put a well with solar power to like assist pulling water out of the ground to supplement this pond in the dry season. although I don't think it's going to dry out because it did not dry out last year, not even close. But if we go really deep with the well, we'll be able to supplement it with water during the dry season, and then the rainy season comes, it fills this up, and it fills the underground springs with water, and then we just start all over again. So it should be pretty cool. It's exciting stuff. All right, you guys, so the first one here, this is Pataeus koros. Kind of a medium-sized one. I don't know how bitey these are. Sometimes they're a bit crazy. This one's gonna be super aggro. I think what I'll do, oh, relax, bud. I'm getting ready to let you go. So, Pataeus koros, very, very common snake out here that actually looks like a female. They get a bit bigger, males especially get quite large. They are super fast, and from our experience before, they actually will head into the water and just dive. So it wasn't the initial reaction that I was expecting, but once I saw that, then I'm very familiar with what they do. So I'm gonna point this one into this pond. This is like the area where they came from initially. So back to the home range, I guess you could say. So here we go, you guys. It's gonna be fast. Okay, that one chose the forest. This is all like natural forest behind us, so we purposely are leaving that untouched. It's a pretty cool area. This one is a sunbeam snake, pretty common around here. And these are snake eaters. So putting them with other snakes in the bag or in the cage or whatever, you're gonna end up with only one snake or a missing snake in the end. And they will also eat each other. So something some people learn the hard way. But we'll let this one go. Beautiful iridescence. This is a checkered keelback. It's a huge one, stubtail. But look at that thing. That thing is huge. And these things love fish and they love frogs. So that's why they're always found by water, close to water or in water. I think these were in my father-in-law's pond. That is a beast. Big snake. And I think these are all more of the same. Yes, another one. Yeah, they're all the same. Come on, buddy. That way. Okay, so you guys got to see snakes. So that is about it. Just a quick little update. Like I said, I'm going to show you guys this project as it goes. It's going to be really cool. We're kind of excited. It's going to be our own little like private like getaway. It's just across the road. We can see it from our bedroom window, but it's just going to be nice to just come in here and just enjoy all of this, because we're not by the ocean, we're not by the beach or anything, so we have a little something to get away. So we're excited about that. One other thing, I will try to adhere to my weekly video upload, but if I don't have any material for you guys that's worthy, we might be skipping Saturdays or whatever, or maybe the schedule will just no longer adhere to a weekly every Saturday kind of thing. Just kind of, I'll be uploading stuff as I have material for you. We have the second channel, DMExplore. We haven't been posting much to that channel as well because that's like a travel content channel, but there will be content going on both channels. So you may want to consider subbing or turning on notifications for the other channel, because like one way or another we're going to be uploading on both. So we'll try to keep this one kind of reptile related or animal related. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you so much for watching. We're going to be here for a while, so look forward to Thailand, Indonesia soon, Malaysia soon, all that other good stuff. All right, you guys, take care. See you in the next one.